Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Looking right into the market over the past week, there have been 99 properties that have gone under contract in the Hudson County MLS. These are properties that have offers that are accepted on them. They had an average list price of $798,000. Last week, it was $723,000, so average price is up over the past week. Median price over the past week was $675,000. That's list price. Last week, it was also $675,000. As far as days in the market goes, these properties in the past week had an average days in the market of 26 days, and the median days in the market was 16. Last week's number was 39 for the average and 23 for the median. So time in the market came down a little bit over the past week. Looking through the list of properties, a couple that stood out to me. In Hoboken, you had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,479 square foot unit at the Harborside Lofts. This is 1500 Garden Street, Unit 9E. It was on the market for 38 days, listed for $1,700,000. Also had parking for one car. Harborside Lofts, built by Toll Brothers around 2007. It's located just west of the Hudson T building. It is a former factory, so you have the high ceilings here, 13, 14-foot ceiling height. Only about 100 or so units in the building. It is a concierge building. They have a small gym on site as well as a residence lounge area. And they also have a large common roof deck area. And if you live in this building, you also have access to the amenities across the street in 1450 Washington and 1400 Hudson Street. So it's all part of the same association. And here you have a 2-bedroom. This unit looks like it is facing east towards the Hudson T building. This is the Hudson T building looking out this window. And it has a small view of New York. And that's under contract at the Harborside Lofts, listed for $1,700,000 on the market for 38 days. Also in Hoboken, there was one more I saw. Garden Street Lofts. This is right near Harborside Lofts, actually half a block away. 1425 Garden Street, Unit 406. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,567 square feet. Listed for $1,450,000. This is I believe, the former Tootsie Roll factory or coconut factory that's right on 14th Street and Garden. Developed by Bijou Properties around 2008, 2009. Smaller building. I think there's less than 50 units in the association. Made up of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. I think there's a couple really large 3+ bedroom layouts there. Some of them are duplex layouts. And here you have a 2-bedroom that has a small terrace here. This is 14th Street, so it's looking south over 14th Street in Hoboken. This property was on the market for less than a week. So when they built this building, they took an existing structure and they built on top of it. So some of the units in the building have more of a loft-like feel, and some of them are more modern, which are part of the newer addition to the building. And I believe this is one of the units that's in the newer addition part of the building. Building has I believe they have a virtual doorman. They have you have access to parking, which is located half a block away in the automated garage of the Park and Garden building, which is developed by the same developer. There is no on-site gym. There is a common roof deck on the building, so a nice common green space on top of the building that everyone has access to. And this is under contract here at Harborside Lofts. And you can see this area up here, this gray area, was actually the addition to the building. So you have the existing structure and then the addition on top. And I believe this unit was in the addition portion of the building. And this is the common roof deck area. And that's under contract. List price $1,450,000 on the market for 5 days. Downtown Jersey City, over at Liberty Terrace, 25 Hudson Street. In the Exchange Place Paul's Hook section, you have a 1-bed, 1-bath, 920 square foot unit, 25 Hudson, unit 512. List price was $847,000, on the market for 21 days. This property also has parking for 1 car, which is actually across the street at Liberty Towers. Same developer developed both buildings. When they built Liberty Terrace, 25 Hudson, they assigned parking across the street at 35 Hudson Street, which is Liberty Towers. But here you have a 1-bedroom. This is a north-facing unit. And it looks north here. This is Green Street, and you have a view of Lower Manhattan, and here's the Goldman Sachs Tower. So not far from the light rail, not far from Exchange Place Path Station, and also the ferry to New York. Liberty Terrace Concierge Building, they have a fitness center on site as well. A little over 100 units in the association. And it was built around 2005, 2006. And that's under contract at Liberty Terrace. List price $847,000. And when all these properties close, I'll be happy to report back on what they ended up selling for. And linked down below here on YouTube, you'll find links to my website, livingonthehudson.com, where we profile these buildings, and you could check out other units that might be for sale or that have recently sold in the associations. At the Sugar House, which is actually not far from the previous building at Liberty Terrace, 174 Washington Street, Penthouse C, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,320 square foot unit. List price $1,365,000. On the market for 5 days. Also had parking for 1 car. This is a western-facing 2-bedroom at the Sugar House. So it looks west on Washington Street. It does not have a New York City view, although it did have a small terrace. And here you have this unit at the Sugar House selling very quickly, under a week on the market. This is a high demand building. It doesn't see a lot of turnover. It was built around 2001. And most of the units in the building are really 1-bedroom plus dens, where the second bedroom does not have a window. This might have a skylight though. I did not see the unit when it was on the market, but most of the units that are 2 bedrooms are really 1-bedroom plus dens. 24-hour concierge building. You have a fitness center on the ground level of the building, and you also have parking. And they also have this large common outdoor space. Some of the units have private outdoor space on the first floor, but they have this private, common outdoor space area for everyone in the building to use. And that's located at the Sugar House, 174 Washington Street. List price $1,365,000, on the market for 5 days. Also in downtown Jersey City at the A Building, 389 Washington Street, Unit 15E, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,366 square foot unit. List price $1,125,000. Also came with parking for 1 car, 8 days on the market. This is the E line, which is a northwest facing unit. This is the largest 2-bedroom layout in the building. The E and the F, which the F line is right across the hall, which is the mirror image of this unit that's on the east side, or the New York City side, New York City facing side of the building. So these are the 2 largest units, E and F. And you have here a northwest unit at the A Building going under contract. And you can see this unit looks towards Grove Street Path area over here. Building was built around 2007. Concierge building. They have a fitness center, a residence lounge. I think they have a children's play area now. They also have a large sun deck barbecue area, which is actually the roof of the parking deck. So they made the roof of the parking deck a large common space. Located close to Exchange Place Path and close to Grove Street Path. And that's under contract at the A Building, 389 Washington Street. List price $1,125,000, on the market for 8 days. Let's take a look outside the area of Jersey City and up in West New York. I saw a unit Over at Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry, 333 Oswego Court. List price $1,195,000, on the market 11 days. This is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,872 square foot townhome. And this had multiple offers received on it, and it went under contract just under 2 weeks. Bulls Ferry and Jacobs Ferry, very hot community right now. Units are larger in square footage, so many customers who are looking for more space than Hoboken or downtown Jersey City is offering for the same, for the dollar, are looking in that market. So here you have basically a 3-bedroom townhome going under contract. The Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry community, built in the early 1992, 93 range up until around 2000, multi-phase project. Over 10 different layouts in the community, starting in 2 bedrooms, going to 3, 4, and 5 bedroom layouts. Some of the units are on the waterfront. And this was developed by K. Ovnanian. This community has 2 outdoor pools. They also have a children's playground. The shuttle to the ferry passes through the complex. It is free. It runs with the ferry schedule, and you can pick up the ferry, which could take you over to the Port Imperial Ferry Terminal in West New York. You could also grab the light rail there as well. And the bus on River Road is right across the street from the community to New York. So very easy, a lot of commuting options to get to New York. And this is under contract in Bulls Ferry. List price $1,195,000, on the market for 11 days. Up in Weehawken, Gregory Commons, 522 Gregory Avenue, Unit B201, 1 bed, 1 bath, 695 square feet. List price $409,000, on the market for just under a month, 27 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. Gregory Commons, located on the Palisades Cliff overlooking the Lincoln Tunnel Helix, built around 1987, 88 or so, built in 3 different buildings. So they took 3 different factory buildings. I believe there was a shirt factory up on the cliff in Weehawken, and they converted them into condominiums. They're loft-like units. Some of them have higher ceilings than others. There's some units in there with over 15-foot ceilings. It doesn't look like that unit did have that, but the building has a fitness center. It also has an indoor pool and a concierge. And it is built in 3 different buildings. So you have building A, B, C. This unit was located in the middle building, which is building B. And they don't have a lot of interior photos here, but this is more of a standard height ceiling, 1 bedroom, 1 bath over at Gregory Commons. As I mentioned, some of the units have much higher ceilings. Some have New York City views, and some do not have New York City views. And that's under contract. List price $409,000 at Gregory Commons in Weehawken. Looking at some things that recently sold. Sales over the past week, there were fewer closed sales. Last week was a very slow week with some spring break and a lot of schools being off, people being on vacation due to the holidays. But here we have another unit at the Harborside Lofts. I discussed a unit that went under contract a few minutes ago in the building. Here's one that's sold. This is 1500 Garden Street, Unit 9F. List price $2,500,000. It sold for $2,500,000. 1 week on the market. 2 bed, 2.5 bath, 1,842 square feet with parking for 1 car. I did see this property when it was in the market with one of my customers, and this is located here on the corner, right here, 9F corner unit. So it had a city view. So here you have a corner unit. The kitchen was updated from when the building was originally built. And this is a northeast facing unit on the corner. And it also came with a private rooftop deck. The building has a common area rooftop as well as these private rooftop areas with some have outdoor kitchens. I don't know if this one did, but this had a private deeded rooftop terrace along with it. It did not connect to the unit. You have to take the elevator up, but it is a private area. And it did come with that. So this is this sold for $2,500,000 at Harborside Lofts, and it closed last week on the 14th, 7 days on the market. And finally, over at This is the Hudson Club, 26th Ave at Port Imperial, unit 409, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,131 square foot duplex on the market for 55 days. It also came with parking for one car. It listed for $835,999. It sold for $820,000. It was a cash purchase, 55 days on the market. Hudson Club, built in 2000. It's made up of two separate buildings. 24 Avenue at Port Imperial and 26 Avenue at Port Imperial. And this is the fourth floor units in both buildings are duplexes. So here you have a top floor unit. There's a second bedroom above. And this unit also had a terrace. It looked like it overlooked the pool as well. So in the community, you have access to outdoor pool, as well as the amenity building, which is a separate building. The amenities are shared between both Hudson Club buildings and a few of the rental buildings nearby. So you have in the amenity building, you have a large fitness center, residence lounge, indoor basketball court. You have access to the outdoor pool area. So it's all part of the Hudson Club. Not far from shopping, there's Acme Supermarket, Starbucks nearby, lots of restaurants. And then you also have the shuttle to the ferry, comes through the complex. And you could also, the ferry terminal is not that far actually from the community. So under 5-minute walk or bike ride. And that's under contract. That closed at the Hudson Club for $820,000. News articles this week. Just this one I saw. 50 Hudson Street received financing. So basically, this is the former Goldman Sachs. This was the former Goldman Sachs parking deck. Well, it still is the parking deck. They're going to build this structure on top of it here at 50 Hudson Street. They're currently under construction on this tower here, which is just west of it. And these are going to be exclusive rental buildings, is my understanding. And this is located just south of 77 Hudson Street in Exchange Place. So this tower currently under construction, and this tower received financing, and it is coming soon. So 55 Hudson Street is the one that's currently being built, and 50 Hudson Street has financing in place. So I'll link this down below. You can check out these two new buildings coming to the downtown Jersey City skyline. And then here's the snapshot of the market over the past week. You can see as far as inventory levels, properties that have gone, how many properties have gone under contract in the past month, the pace at which the market is selling, and finally, how many homes year to date have sold in the various communities I'm covering here. And this is linked down below on YouTube. This updates weekly, so you can check that out. These videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.